listening to Arts Talk Radio, and I'm Michael Hasted. We bring you interviews as well as news relating to all aspects of the arts in Holland, which are either in English or where language is no problem. We concentrate on events in Amsterdam, The Hague, Rotterdam and the surrounding areas.
Arts Talk Radio Online. Interviews and features on the arts in English.
We are back in Delft, which is very much in the news at the moment because it was the birthplace of Johannes Vermeer. Now, as you probably know, Vermeer is currently the subject of a major exhibition at the Rijksmuseum in Amsterdam, as well as parallel shows in The Hague and Delft itself. The town has not changed much in the 400 years since Vermeer lived and worked here, but it's not just canals, cobbled streets and gabled houses. There's a thriving contemporary art scene in the city, and we decided to pay a visit to some of the galleries. The most recent is ARTLINE, run by Helene van Haften, which opened in September 2022. Helene and her late husband ran galleries in Amsterdam and in The Hague, so I wondered why she decided to establish the new one in Delft.
Oh, it's a very simple answer, because I'm now living in Delft. I moved from Aalsmeer, this was my last place where I lived, to Delft, because also a sister and a brother of mine are living here, and I sold my house in Aalsmeer. So that's very simple. Then I came in Delft, I had my house, and I still had my gallery, because the gallery started already about 40 years ago in The Hague originally. Then we moved to Amsterdam, then to Aalsmeer, and then I was suddenly in Delft. And then I thought, I have to start again with the gallery. And on the moment I thought about this, I found this place where we are now, in the Voltersgracht number 18.
That's just literally 50 metres from the main town square.
Yes, it's very near in the center. It is the center of Delft, and it's a very nice place where a lot is happening.
So the work you're presenting is, looking around, nearly all abstract.
Yes, exactly. That's what we always did with working with abstract art.
But you're going to do mixed shows of gallery artists, and you're going to do one-man or one-person shows as well?
Yes, both I will do. Both. It depends on what the theme is and depends on the artist. So it will be different exhibitions, but the theme, the total theme will be cultural, sustainable art.
So what is sustainable art?
Sustainable art is art that has a view to what sustainability must be here in the world, because it's a very important theme, and I think that it is a theme that can be used by artists. We are even not aware of the fact how much we spoil every day, and we throw into the dustbin and we don't use again, and it's because of a lot of rules that we are living like this, but it must stop.
But that doesn't really apply to art. Nobody throws pictures or sculptures in the dustbin.
You're quite right, because art is one of the things that mostly will survive in this world. But it's not only the painting itself, but it also must have the message of sustainability. Although we must say that nowadays more and more artists are using also plastics in their works.
Yes, I mean, there was a very big change from oil paints to acrylic paints.
Yeah.
And the oil paints were made from vegetable oils mainly, whereas acrylics are 100% plastic.
Yeah, exactly. So then you see in the use of the materials that there is also a possibility to make it more sustainable. And it's a way of thinking that you must do to change this all. There is a lot also that normally goes to the dustbin. We can reuse it also in artworks where we have a message.
I was talking to Helene van Haften at her gallery, ARTLINE.
Arts Talk magazine provides the perfect companion to Arts Talk Radio, with reviews and previews in English of cultural events in Holland. Whatever your interest in the arts, our international team of writers will always provide something new and exciting to see online. That's Arts Talk Magazine, all one word, .nl. artstalkmagazine.nl.
About 2 minutes walk away from ARTLINE, standing at the end of one of Delft's oldest bridges, literally in the shadow of the outer kirk, is a gallery that is well established.
Hello, I'm KUNSTKAMER from Galerie Ruimteremmelink.
And you've been here, quite a long time the gallery's been here, I think.
Yes, I've started it in 2010 and then I had, for 5 years, I did the gallery on my own. Then I moved to France, so the gallery was closed for a year, and after that my husband passed away, so that was the reason that we stopped for a longer time. Well, in the last year, it was, I remember, October, I started again with the gallery after I had some more fresh energy, and Jikke van Ippenburg is my colleague and she's helping me, and we do it together now, and it's lovely to do it.
And it's not a continuous program. You have how many exhibitions a year?
We have 6 or 7 exhibitions a year.
And the artists you use, are they all local?
No, not local. No, they are from also from Belgium. I knew some artists in Belgium and Den Haag, Delft, Amsterdam.
And are these artists you know, or how do you find artists?
Well, they come to us. They like the gallery, and of course we look. I look at the work. I see frequently the work of the artists, and when I like something, I go to visit them in the atelier.
Every gallery has a style, a preference, a type of work they show. What sort of work do you like, or do you like to show?
That's always a difficult thing about style, because it's so. I think it's difficult to explain, but for me it's personal and warm, and I have to have a sort of feeling. I have to be touched with it. So it's really a personal style.
So what's your background in art?
Well, I did Academic of Art in Rotterdam and for a few years and in Belgium, and that's actually my background. So I.
Do you still paint? Do you still?
Yes, I do.
Do you show your own work?
No, not at the moment, not together, because it's a totally different world, exhibiting of myself and the gallery, doing the gallery, and it's both lovely to do.
Is Delft a good place for contemporary art?
Yes, I think so. It's very good, very nice.
Because
friendly people and many tourists, of course. Yeah.
But Delft is known obviously for Vermeer, and at the moment everything is Vermeer. Everybody's talking about Vermeer, so it's nice to have the contrast between the old and the new.
Yeah, I think so. Yes, it's exciting to do. Yeah, to have this contrast. I like it. And
you're, literally right in the centre of town, in the shadow of the church. The contrast is always nice between the old and the new.
Yeah, I think so. Also with this building, it's old. It's from 1674. It's a good mix.
Okay, thanks very much indeed. That was KUNSTKAMER of the Galerie Ruimteremmelinck. Another gallery that is well known to residents and visitors to Delft is the domain of René Jacobs. He produces all his work and sells them at his studio gallery in the Nieuwe Langendijk. It's not really what you'd call contemporary art in the accepted sense of the word. René produces not only paintings but also creates three-dimensional objects. The work is very quirky and difficult to categorise. There are elements of surrealism, political satire, social comment, and lots of humour, lots of visual jokes.
Humor is an important thing, and humor is in the Dutch society, I think, underestimated as well. We haven't been really laughing for the last 400 years, so that is a potential as well. And I think that with a sense of humor, you can talk about deeper subjects as well. Humor is a way to create a message which is dark and grim maybe, but if you present it in a humoristic way, it's still a pleasant painting to watch it.
Another thing you do, and this is I think a more recent development, is you've started making boxes. They are flat wall-hanging wooden structures which are made of strips of wood, like a maze or something like that, which include hundreds or thousands even of tiny painted figures.
Yeah, I've always been very much fascinated and frightened by large masses of people, large groups of people. But I've never known really what to do with that until I've bumped into these little puppets that I could buy.
Why are they made? Are they for model railway layouts or something like that?
Sort of plastic puppets, and I import them from China, and then I paint over them. Otherwise, I would have 2,000 Chinese people in a wooden labyrinth.
But they'd be too small to see. I mean, these are what, a centimetre high?
Yeah, centimetre high. The smallest ones are centimetres high. But I experiment more and more nowadays with different sizes as well.
Out of all your different techniques, which do you enjoy most doing?
That is a difficult question, actually. I think purely the pleasure, it's probably my interventions where I paint the new times in the old paintings, because it is, I laugh a lot, I have a lot of fun. But as a process, I think probably these new puppets that I make and the objects that I make, I would have been a great autistic person, but it's never been properly diagnosed. But I become really relaxed and almost into a Zen mood when I glue little puppets for 3 weeks in a row. So.
Yes, you would. I mean, it's incredibly labour intensive.
Yeah, they are, and they can damage your body as well. The first one I've made contained about 5,000-6,000 puppets, and I end up with a frozen shoulder, and I couldn't move my arm properly anymore. And it took me 8 times visiting the physiotherapist before I could walk and work normally again. I've actually added the costs for the physio in the price of the painting. And I've told the person who bought that that it contains also 400 euros for the physiotherapist. He was delighted about that. For him, it added great value to the painting.
Because you're very much not using the word in a derogatory sense, but very much a commercial venture. I mean, you're almost like an old artisan painter, where people could come in and commission things, or.
I think that's correct. Yeah, commercial has a real bad meaning to it to some people, but for me that is I'm making a living for myself and my family, and I think there's nothing wrong with it. I think, in fact, if you make paintings, you make art, and nobody wants to buy it, nobody's willing to grab their wallet and say, "I'll buy this painting." I think it's more or less valuable. It doesn't have any value anymore. I like to create paintings which have a value, but it's also, for me, selling a painting is part of the process. A painting is only really finished when it's sold.
Arts Talk Radio Online.
It's Sunday morning, as you can probably tell from the bells, and I'm walking along the Oude Delft, the most beautiful canal in Delft, and I'm on my way to visit a 500-year-old private house, which for 2 weekends a year transforms itself into an art gallery.
Goedemorgen, moet ik je nou weer tellen? Op mijn teller.
My name is Simone Haak. I'm the owner, together with Joke Doedens, of Terra Delft Gallery, already for almost 34 years.
My name is Ramon Dijkgraaf. I'm living at the Oude Delft 210. My profession is gynecologist in daily life, and I'm one of the initiators for KUNSTKAMER Delft, what we initiated together with Joke and Simone van Terra Delft.
So what happens? This is your own private house, and twice a year, for a weekend, you open its doors and it becomes an art gallery.
Yes, that's true. At the moment that Galerie Terra Delft existed for 30 years, they had an exhibition in 6 old kennel houses in Delft, and one of the houses was the Oude Delft 210, our house, and it was a very successful event. And at that moment, when it was done, we sat together to talk and to discuss about that exhibition, and made a new step to make 2 times a year an exhibition, and the KUNSTKAMER Delft was born.
And it's not only paintings, because of your ceramic shop, it's half and half, I think. It's half ceramics, half paint.
We decide together with 4 of us what we like to show, and we like to show not only ceramics, but also paintings, sculptures, photos.
Are these local artists?
No. Most are from Holland, and now this time we have 2 artists from the UK.
What's your policy for this? As I said, you have half paintings, half ceramics, but is there any direction you feel you should be going in or do go in?
Not really, because we spot several artists at exhibitions all over the world, here in the Netherlands, and we bring also artists in our meetings, and we discuss with our force what we think about the work from the artists, and when we think all the 4, yes, that's a good partner for us to ask for the Kunstkamer, then we connect and take contact with the artist.
And I believe that you go off to China. What do you do in China?
I'm curator of a museum there, and I can make an exhibition there twice a year, in spring and in autumn.
Because you don't see much Chinese contemporary art in Europe, really. I mean, there's Huawei and there's
not really. There are some very famous ones, but yeah.
I mean, do you have problems politically getting Chinese artists in or out?
No. That is another political problem. It's easy, and we already have showed some work of Chinese artists in our gallery, and also Chinese artists came here to do a residency here, and I also brought paintings made by Chinese here back to China to sell there. It's easy.
That was Simona Hack of the Contemporary Ceramics Gallery Terra Delft, and Raymond Dijkraft, who for 2 weekends a year turns his house into KUNSTKAMER, a gallery for contemporary art. One of the oldest contemporary art galleries in Delft is the Galerie de Zaal on the Kornmarkt, run by husband and wife Maya and Jan Wilhelm Grunendahl. I started by asking Maya how long they'd been there.
35 years.
And what sort of art do you do?
Contemporary art, modern art.
Mm. And tell me a little bit about the gallery. This is a fantastic old building, which I think was originally the Salvation Army?
Yeah, that's right, Salvation Army. They were started in the Netherlands in 1885, and here in Delft also.
And your main gallery is, I suppose, the meeting hall. It's a really big room on the ground floor.
Yeah, it's a very big space, and it was originally for the Salvation Army, the meeting space, the meeting room. In 87, they want to have a real church, so they bought at the Rietveld a big house with. Is also a kind of church.
Oh, yeah, I know, yeah.
With a tower on it, and they want to sell this place, and we were able to get it because nobody was interested in that time in such a big building.
I think they would be now, because it's a fantastic. Because you also live above the shop, so you have a really big living space and a fantastic huge gallery downstairs.
In the beginning, I start big sculptures, installations. So my choice was for that, omdat so a lot of people. Come in, then for me that was too much difficult for thinking about the art. So I like very much the installation in that time, and the sculpture was for me very important.
Because I mean, you've got a huge empty space down there. You can do virtually anything you want.
Yeah, but that's very nice. If people come in here, also you said to me, "Oh, I like to make performance here," and that's very nice. If people come in the gallery, they have all the time their own wishes, and it's very nice. But also the artists, and they like it so much to do big things. So.
And how many shows do you do a year?
Normally we did 6 big exhibitions and 6 small exhibitions here upstairs. But now we like to do in the future 4.
That was Maya and Jan Wilhelm Grunendahl of Galerie de Zaal.
Arts Talk Radio Online. Interviews and features on the arts in English.
There is another new and exciting art space in Delft, but we didn't get the chance to talk to those who run it. Radius is a centre for contemporary art and ecology situated on the northern edge of town in an old water tower and underground reservoir, and that's well worth a visit just to see the amazing location. We hope to be talking to them in a later programme. So that's all for now, but we'll be back again soon. I'm Michael Hasted, so until the next time, it's goodbye from Delft. Bye.